Alright, yo, what is going on, guys? Flamebreaker here, and today I'm doing something a little bit different today. So, as you may know, Donkey Kong Bonanza has recently released, and I have played it myself, and it is absolutely amazing. So, today I kind of wanted to just go through a quick little overview of the game and to just talk about it a little bit to see if it's something that you could enjoy as well. So yeah, if you guys want to see more of these kind of game overviews in the future, be sure to like and sub, and let's get into it. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and say my overall thoughts on DK Bonanza. It's awesome. The game is absolutely amazing. But basically, the whole story of this game is that DK is a miner looking for Banandium gems, and this company called Voidco takes him underground to these kind of like layers or whatever, or sub layers. And DK teams up with a young Pauline to go to the core of the planet that they're on and get Pauline home. Now, one of the highlights of this game is the destruction features. And look at this. These physics are absolutely insane. You can basically destroy nearly everything, whether it's terrain or enemies. Because most enemies will be made out of terrain, like this boss, for example. So, you'll have to destroy it anyway in order to beat the boss. But you can dig underneath with the destruction physics and all that, and some materials are stronger than others, so you have to get either certain materials or one of your transformations, which you just saw there, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, so this game is semi-open world. It's made by the same team that made Super Mario Odyssey, and the it's sort of open world. It's kind of like it's sort of not. It's more of just like small ish levels that you can come back to and explore. So make of that as you will. But yeah, as you progress through the game, you'll get these gems, and those are the Banandium gems that he was looking for in the first place. And getting them unlocks skill points, which you can then use to get super cool abilities, like grabbing a piece of terrain and surfing on it like a surfboard on water. And yes, that is actually something you can do. Not to mention, and as you've seen there, you can rip it out of the ground and swing it around. And this goes for pretty much everything. You can rip things like walls, ceilings, the ground, and even certain NPCs you can take blocks out of because they're made of like materials or something like that. Because they're made of like crystal or explosive material or something like that. And you can just rip pieces out of them out and use them to your advantage. Don't worry, they're fine after that. They'll just grow the stuff back. As far as collectibles go, you can use that sonar, which is that little ring that's seeing a couple of times, and that can help you find things like Bananium gems and fossils. Now, fossils are really helpful for getting cosmetic items. And cosmetic items have a buff that's dedicated to the sublayer that you're on. And so, for instance, in Donkey Kong's swimming pants that, this clip has him wearing right now, there's a fossil. Oh, by the way. But yeah, that fossil can be found on the first sublayer in the game, which is water-based. And as such, the pants make him swim faster in water. And this goes for pretty much everything. There's like pants that help him with take less damage from ice water, pants that like help him from take less damage from poison water. Basically, just stuff to help him. And Pauline is the exact same way. Her outfits usually help you keep your transformations longer, and a couple of other things like the amiibo figure that'll make enemies drop discs twice as likely. There's actually certain terrain that does certain things as well. There's a terrain that can like bounce you in the sky almost like a trampoline. There's ice and lava, and then whatever this thing is called, I don't remember the name, that when you grab it, it makes you fly. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, with the transformations, Pauline can sing, which will allow him, for one of his transformations, to turn himself into Monkey Hulk, which makes him destroy things even harder than he already did. and allows him to destroy concrete without needing explosives or anything like that. You can do Zebra, who for some reason is the speedster of the group, and he can run on water, even though he looks like, he doesn't really look like he's going that fast, but I guess he actually is. And he can also do a full-on charge, which actually makes him look like he's going a lot faster. And then also there's an ostrich, which can somehow fly, and it can also drop eggs on people. So you can literally airstrike people. This is the Void Company. We got Grumpy Kong on the left, this is Poppy Kong, and this is Void Kong. Now, that remote allows him to do a lot of things, like summon pretty much all kinds of materials. And that metal, that little purple metal, you'll need to destroy the core of it in order to get rid of all the metal, which is, hold on. Let me hold on. Where is it again? I lost it. Hold on. This thing. So if you get rid of this thing, all of the other like T1000 liquid metal or whatever will disappear for like that specific thing. It won't get rid of like every single thing, but yeah. Now with the transformations, you are able to quickly switch between them and, just use them on the go, but they are limited as far as their Bananza power, I think it's what it's called, but all three of them are extremely powerful and very useful. Here are some of the challenges that you can do. Some of them are just beat the crap out of everything. Some of them are homages to old Donkey Kong games, and much, much more. Here's more of the skill tree I was talking to you about. There's some like buffs or whatever. And here's the surfing thing I told you all about earlier. Here's the clothing section, which, as you can see, has all of the buffs that come with it. And these things can be upgraded 3 times. So if you don't like that it's like just 15%, then don't worry, you can buff it at any time. There is co-op to this game with 2 players, though I don't think player 2 is going to have as good of a time as player 1, because player 2 pretty much just acts as a sentry gun, while player 1 is the one doing all the movement and climbing and Bonanza. That's what the transformations are called, uh, using the Bonanzas. So, I mean, I wouldn't really recommend the 2-player mode, but I mean, if you have someone who wants to just be a sentry gun, then go ahead. Yes, obviously this game does support game share, so you can just do it with your friend if your friend doesn't own a game. And it can also work with Switch One, which I find weird because the game is supposed to be a Switch Two exclusive. But I don't know. Maybe Nintendo will explain it at some point. This game also has a new amiibo to go with it, the Donkey Kong and Pauline amiibo, which if you scan it at sublayer 800, which is actually this one that they're showing, this little like beach one, if you talk to a specific NPC and scan it, then you'll be rewarded with Pauline's diva dress, which basically just is her adult, attire, and wearing it will double the chances that you'll get a music disc out of killed enemies. There is some other stuff that is not shown in these videos that I'm like watching for footage for this video, but I don't want to talk about that because I think those could be spoilers, and I'm trying to keep this as spoiler free as possible. But overall, this game is absolutely jam packed full of content. I would highly recommend it for anybody. It is so much fun. It's essentially like if you ever played Teardown and loved it, then this is the game for you because, instead of playing as just a guy with a sledgehammer in like city maps, you play as a giant monkey and using his fists on like almost fantasy maps. So before I end this video, I do want to give a shout out to Gameranx and this the Nintendo Switch 2 Donkey Kong Bonanza trailer, because these were the videos that I've like used as like background footage for this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, be sure to like and sub, and tell me down below in the comments if you are playing this game, and tell me your thoughts about it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.